listening. Because you can't be on two lives at the same time doing an account.
So, okay. See if you could catch her now. So, oh, there you go.
There. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Jazz? I think we got her now.
I think it worked.
There you go.
What's up? Yo, that was stressing me out.
Hey, don't worry.
Oh my God. I am so sorry.
Look, don't worry about it. It's all good.
Oh my God. Look, so I've never done a live with like somebody else. Usually I do a live to like answer questions for my members, but I've never done a live to join somebody else. So I was like freaking out. I was like, can I do it from my phone? Do I have to do it from my laptop?
Nah, it's cool.
We are on. How are y'all doing?
Good. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Relax. We just be cooling. No stress.
Okay. Good, because I'm chill too. So I was like, look. Okay.
Yeah.
We're good. Okay, let's get it started. I am ready.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. This is how the format go. This is my son. He gonna introduce what we do.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna introduce what I found about you. But then we're gonna ask more questions of you. And then we try to open it up for anybody who joined us to ask any questions they may have about fitness or your process or anything like that. And we normally, my project manager gonna hold me to no more than 30 minutes. So that's how I go. All right.
That works.
So I'm Isaiah Exum. This is my mom, Letitia Isby, and we're the founders of Positive Role Models. Positive Role Models is a social enterprise under our parent company, LTI Concepts. Through LTI Concepts, we offer the services on the mental health side, and then the active engagement in the community. We have group counseling therapy, one-on-one therapy sessions, and then things like that through LTI Concepts. Nice. And then through Positive Role Models, we sell apparel, like the hoodie she has on and the hat that I have on, and then 10% of all proceeds are directly invested back into the youth. Our mission is to serve, inspire, and lead, and with that, we hope to build the capacity of future leaders, not only in the district, but eventually around the world.
He say that better than I could ever say.
I was about to say, you got that. That's like your elevator pitch.
That it is.
Great. That was great.
He say that better than I could ever say it. So look, we got Miss Maya Williams. It's Women's History Month, so we so blessed to have you join us. I know we had you last month, but it was the Super Bowl.
I know, so and look how it worked out. Now it's Women's History Month, so this is perfect.
So you're the owner of Herflex Fitness.
I am.
A gym, all women, gym, Black women owned gym. What's interesting is that I found out that you opened it during the pandemic when so many people were forced to close their businesses. Also, you're an alumni of Maryland.
Yes, I got my master's degree at UMD, College Park. I got my undergraduate degree at Radford University. I don't know if y'all are familiar with it. It's in Virginia. I'm originally from Virginia. So I got my undergraduate degree at Radford University. I was actually a double major in psychology and sociology. So I love what y'all are doing. I worked in mental health for quite a few years. That actually jump-started my fitness journey. So this was perfect. Yeah, I worked in mental health for a few years before I really got into fitness. Then I moved to Maryland, and then I got my master's at UMD College Park. Yeah.
When did you get your master's in?
I actually got my master's in industrial organizational psychology. It is a mouthful. Yes, it's a mouthful, but really what it is, it's the psychology in business. So one of the reasons I got into fitness is because I was so burnt out from my job. Working in mental health, the burnout is extreme.
Yes.
So really what IO Psychology does is it kind of helps businesses figure out why their employees are burnt out or what's causing their businesses to see a decline in the growth that they should be seeing, and it helps troubleshoot those problems. So that's really what IO Psychology is, and I've actually been able to use the different strategies and things I've learned in IO Psychology with my own business. So I was originally going because I wanted to do some consulting work. I wanted to work into consulting, but God led me in another direction. And now it's actually very helpful because a lot of the things I've learned in IO Psych, I've been able to use like with my own staff and everything like that. So everything works out. Everything
works out. That's so interesting. My bachelor's degree in psychology, my master's in social work.
Oh, nice.
And so that was the first time I ever heard of that particular thing. So you jumped from mental health into fitness. So
Yes.
what was that like? Like, did you go straight from that to opening your gym?
Yes. Well, no, it's been a journey. So like I said, I graduated from Radford. I was a double major in psychology and sociology, and then I went to work in mental health. I was a counselor for both adults and children. And like I said, I guess I don't know if it was just because of my background, because I had a degree in psychology and sociology. The workload or the caseload that my job thought I could handle was just extreme. I was handling it well for a while, but then I got extremely burnt out. And it started to play a role into my own mental health. And that's when I kind of used fitness as an outlet. So I actually went from, and I actually posted a few transformations on my Muscles by Maya Instagram. That's my personal page. But when I graduated, so my weight has kind of always fluctuated. So when I was in college, in undergrad, I was actually a size 12. And then I was so stressed out from my job. Once I graduated, I dropped down to a size 0. So it was definitely not the healthiest. Yeah, it was not the healthiest. And then that's kind of what jump-started my fitness journey. I needed like my own kind of mental outlet. And that's when I kind of started in the gym, kind of learned, how my own body worked. Just because I was in a really dark place. And then once I kind of learned how my own body worked, that's how it transitioned into me helping other women. Just because, I realized that, not being satisfied or loving yourself or loving how you look, it plays a role into, your own mental health and different things like that. So it just kind of that's how everything kind of just transitioned. Yeah. So that's kind of how it led me to fitness.
Yeah, I love how you infuse. I'm gonna let Isaiah got a question for you. I love how you infuse mental health and fitness, because I think a lot of people will find, maybe you could talk to this, how fitness can actually help with your mental health.
Yes. A lot of people don't realize that, like, the gym is one of the best forms of therapy. Like, when you work out, it releases what's called post-workout endorphins, and it's where you feel better, like you just feel like you accomplished something. Your mood is it impacts your mood in a positive way. So like, a lot of people don't really realize. And then also, you're working on yourself. You're taking some time to love on yourself. So a lot of people really underestimate how much working out can really improve or help your mental health. And that's really why I became so passionate about fitness, is because I did used to be in a really dark place. And I was just taking on a lot of energy from other people. So really working out allowed me to kind of give myself, even if it was just an hour or 2 hours, it just allowed me to give some time to really focus and love on myself. And a lot of people really don't realize how much that can really help you.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. Somebody had a question.
Jasmine said, how long did it take you to get to where you wanted to be as far as fitness and health?
So what I always say, this is what you will always hear me say, is that fitness it's a marathon. It is not a sprint. So it did not happen overnight. Like I said, I went from being a size 12 to a size 0. That did not happen overnight. And then once I really learned, then I had to learn how the body worked. I had to learn how lifting weights impacts the body versus what cardio does, how cardio impacts the body. You really have to learn those things. And then you really have to learn what works best for your body. Like, do I need to cut down on how much cardio I'm doing? Do I need to increase how much weight, like the weights that I'm lifting, or how often I'm lifting weights? So all of it is really a learning process. And I've been in fitness for, years. And what I will say is that your goals change. The role fitness plays in your life changes. So that's why I say it's a marathon. It's not really a sprint. I would definitely some years. To be honest with you, it takes time. But what I always tell my clients is that, if you feel like you're overweight, that didn't happen overnight, right? If you feel like you are underweight, or if you're trying to gain weight, that didn't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? So like, your fitness journey isn't going to happen overnight as well. So it definitely takes time. I've been in fitness for, I would say, maybe 7 years. And I'm not saying it's taken 7 years to reach my body goals, but again, my body goals have changed over time. So, you're always working towards a goal. You're always working towards a goal. And the time that it takes you to reach that goal is just dependent on your level of consistency, and your level of, how, I like to tell my clients, how locked in you are, right? Because if your nutrition isn't really aligning with your consistency in the gym, or if you're not as consistent in the gym, but you're eating, you know what I'm saying? All of those things kind of play a role in how quickly you see results.
So I'm gonna let Isaiah got some specific questions because he works out. But I used to play basketball. They always laugh at me. I did. I used to play basketball. I was fit at one time. So where would you say somebody start that kind of like haven't been doing anything at all, but you know,
so like
maybe
if
want to
you
start?
haven't been doing it, if you haven't been in it, you haven't been in the swing of things for a while, but you're trying to get into the swing of
Right.
things. Okay, yeah. Okay, so what I always say is you have to meet yourself where you are in this present moment, right? Like, don't go cutting everything cold turkey and then thinking that you're going to be able to stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes 21 days to create a habit, right? So
Okay.
I would say that if you would like think about where you are, what are the things that you really struggle with for right now? If what you really struggle with is eating out, like eating fast food and all of that, if you, let's say you eat out once a day, or
Okay.
if you eat out, then cut down on how often you're eating fast food. Try to make it your goal to cook more frequently throughout the week as opposed to just grab it and going fast food, right?
Okay.
Let's say you struggle with drinking sodas, right? Then cut down on how often. Not you got a soda and you talking to me.
I do.
I'm in the gym and you drinking a soda.
I am. See, that's why I need help.
Okay, look, that's why we gotta meet you where you are. We gotta meet you where you are. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you usually drink 3 sodas a day. Let's say I'm gonna cut down on drinking 3 sodas a day. I'm gonna drink 1 soda a day, and I'm gonna try to drink 4 bottles of water a day, right? You gotta meet yourself where you are. Start making small goals and realistic goals. And then start increasing once your body can start to trust you, then start increasing those goals. If let's say you don't work out at all, let's go try to work out 1 or 2 times a week, and then try to increase it to working out 3 to 4, 5 times a week. You know what I'm saying? But you can't go from doing everything wrong to the very next week you say, all right, I'm gonna get it together, and then you're not drinking no sodas, you're not eating out, you cooked all your food, you try to go to the gym 5 times a week. You set yourself up for failure, right? So you have to meet yourself where you are, and then once you can start to get into the habit of making those lifestyle changes, then you start adding on what your body can handle.
Okay, you just start somewhere.
Start with it now. Like for right now, don't take no more sips of that soda.
Really?
Put it to the side. You already had a couple sips.
Okay, I'm gonna put it down.
And
this coffee.
Shit, I'm buy water.
Coffee at night.
Be no water.
It's water.
Ain't no water.
Go ahead, ask your question. He telling on me.
So my question, I hear you like speak a lot about learning your body, and I feel like that's kind of hard for a lot of people because you may not know where to start. Where would you say people should start in terms of learning how their body works and learning about the body in general?
Good question.
Okay, so what I will say is, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. So and one of the main reasons why I wanted to open my gym is because a lot of women resort to cardio machines when they go inside conventional gyms. They think, oh, I got to get this weight off. Let me go get on the elliptical. Let me go get on the treadmill for 45 minutes. They get off. They're like, oh, I just had me a good sweat. And then they think like, oh, that's taking me a step closer to my to reaching my body goals, right? They will never touch a dumbbell. They will never touch a dumbbell. They won't even go in that area because they will be afraid to lift weights. Oh, if I lift weights, I'm gonna get bulky. Oh, if I go over there and I pick up those dumbbells, people gonna look at me because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, it's mostly men over there. I don't need to be lifting those weights, right? So what I say is, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Go over there, pick up those dumbbells and lift them. Like if you look on the Herflex Fitness Instagram, you will see women are moving all kinds of weight, right? Women are really lifting weights. So, start by, getting off the cardio machine. Like, not saying that cardio isn't important, but what you will notice a lot of times is when women just get, or anybody, women or men, but when people just get on cardio machines, they'll lose the weight quick, but then they find it again. And that's because when you just resort to doing a whole lot of cardio, you can get rid of the fat quick, but you aren't really building the muscle to keep the fat off.
Oh, that was your question?
Yeah, you aren't really building the muscle to keep the fat off. And that's why a lot of people gain weight back so quickly when they lose it from cardio machines, because they aren't creating a sustainable lifestyle. Like they're not building the muscle, and you have to build the muscle to get rid of that fat. So that's why you'll mostly see, if anybody looks on the HerFlex Fitness page, they'll see that, you know, we are a strength and conditioning studio. So cardio plays a piece in what people do, but it's not a cardio focused program. We don't have cardio focused programming. We lift weights primarily, and then the conditioning piece is an additive to help burn those extra calories while you're lifting.
Oh, I like that. Arika had a question about young women and Nicki Minaj right there.
It said, what advice can you give to young women that see images of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and aspire to have similar body types through a quick fix like surgery?
Woo!
Oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That's a controversy.
Woo! That's tough. Okay, so you know, questions like that are always so messy, and the reason why is because you have people on social media that, you know, they say, oh, it's body positivity. If women want to go get surgery, then let women do that. There should be nothing against surgery. But then you also see stuff on social media that says, oh, you got these women that look like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, and it's lowering women's self-esteem because they think they have to look like this and they have to look like that, right? So then that's where you see people that got all these waist trainers, and then they trying to look up how to go to Dominican Republic, get these surgeries. And then you got people who get these surgeries, but then, you know, they say that their results came from the gym. So then women get discouraged because they go to the gym and they're not getting these results. They don't got the Cardi B butt, but they've been in the gym doing their squats, and they're like, how? And it's because they're following these women who are saying they went and got, you know, they got these results from working out, but they really got it from surgery. So, you know, what I would really say is that you really have to take social media with a grain of salt, right? You really have to take it with a grain of salt. You have to realize that 90% of the people that young women and young men are looking up to, their pictures are edited. You know, they've had all of this work done, and that doesn't go to say that, you know, they don't love themselves. But it is a quick fix. I mean, if you ask me all the time, I always say that it is a quick fix. And that goes back to me saying that your fitness journey is a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? And this is especially for younger women, like younger ladies. You have all your life to get a Cardi B butt. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be worried. If you 18, 19 years old, don't be worried about don't worry about having a Cardi B butt right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes some time to put on muscle. It takes time to grow those butts and get that kind of shape. And you have to realize that Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, they're in their 30s. You know, they're much older than, you know, younger women who are looking up to them. And it's just not realistic. Most women that you go around seeing every day, they don't look like that, right? So, you know, learn to be patient with your body, be gentle with yourself, and learn to love yourself as you are right now. And then if you have goals to grow your butt or whatever, that's fine. But all of that can be accomplished in the gym, I promise. If you go and you look on the HerFlex Fitness page, you will see different transformations of people that have grown, that have cut, you know, just seeing different kind of transformations in their body, and it's just because they were patient with their body and they trusted the process. So definitely don't. And I know it's mostly younger women that are feeling that pressure, because I have a 17-year-old niece, and you know, she tells me all the time that she's trying to look like them and all this other stuff, and I have to remind her, like, you are 17. If you go back and you look at pictures of Cardi B and Nicki Minaj at 17, I guarantee they look just like y'all. Like, they look just like y'all. So it's nothing to stress about right now. Like, it is nothing to stress about at this age.
You know, I'm trying hard not to drink my soda.
I see you keep picking up the soda.
Golly, he taking it.
Because you know, take the soda. Take the soda. She don't need it.
He done took it. You know, my fitness goal is to is this possible for women? Because I know you got mostly all women gym. Is to get like this V. Is that made up too?
Are you talking about like the hourglass?
What is that called?
Talking about the lower, the pelvic area, when the V cut.
I know.
Is that? Yes. No. Yes. Okay. That is very possible. The V cut is possible. It is very. Any goal you have is attainable, right? I mean, you can work towards your body goal, but you have to realize how much nutrition plays a role into reaching your body goals, you're not gonna be able to get that V-cut drinking soda.
Okay.
It's not gonna happen.
Okay.
So yes, it can, you know, your goals are attainable. You just, one, again, have to be patient. Two, have to be consistent. And then have to realize how much your nutrition plays a role into reaching those goals. Because it's not just coming into the gym 3-4 times a week and getting those results, and then outside of the gym you're just doing whatever. Because what I always tell the members of my gym is, I see you for an hour out of your day, or my staff, they see you for an hour out of your day. But like what you're doing those other 23 hours of your day makes a huge difference. As opposed to that 1 hour that we see you out of your day.
Right.
So yeah, nutrition plays a big role. But you can get the V-cut. You can get that
I
V-cut.
can get they say it's called the Tiana Taylor. Yeah, that's what,
oh,
if
Lord,
I get one of those, you gonna see me.
You get the Tiana Taylor.
You gonna see me in cut off shirts all summer long. But okay, so we winding on down. I saw another one more question about energy booster, and then I wanted to know, you know, what was your inspiration around making your gym a women's only gym?
Okay, energy booster. What about energy booster?
What did she ask? I can't see.
I can kind of scroll up too and kind of see. Oh, what do you recommend for energy boosters? Oh, okay. So for energy boosters, again, and this goes back to nutrition. Like, you want to make sure that you have a well-balanced diet. So most people don't realize that they're really under eating. So what I like to tell people is that your body doesn't even start to trust you, because really your body has to trust you in order to make changes. If you're not consuming at least 1,300 calories a day, your body does not trust you, because what's happening is it stays in kind of like starvation mode. I like to call it starvation mode. And what that means is that if your body if your body doesn't know that when its next meal is going to come, or so what I tell my clients is to kind of set an alarm for every 3 hours to make sure you're eating, right? That helps you stay energized. That helps to make sure that you're eating enough. That helps to make sure that you're getting all of your protein, complex carbs, healthy fats, all of that stuff in throughout the day, right? But so many people make the mistake and think, okay, well, I need to lose weight, so I'm only going to eat 2 or 3 times a day. And as long as it's healthy meals, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But that's not the case, because if you only eat 2 or 3 times a day, let's say each meal is only 500 calories. That's only 1,000 calories that you're eating, right? So your body can't trust you. Your body is thinking, okay, well, she's only gonna give me 1,000 calories a day, but in order to sustain or to be healthy or to have energy, I need at least 1,300 calories a day. So instead of me taking this food and using it as an energy source, I'm gonna store it as fat. Because I don't know when my next meal is going to come from. Sometimes she eat at 12 p.m. Other times she don't have her first meal until 3 p.m. So instead of me actually using the food that she's giving me to, you know, that's supposed to be for energy and supposed to be for fuel, I'm going to store it as fat, because I don't know when she's going to feed me again. Really, it's all about trust. Your body has to trust you. So the first thing, you know, to help you be more energized throughout the day is making sure that you're eating enough so that your metabolism can speed up and use the food that you're eating as energy. After that, you want to make sure that you're putting the right things into your body. Am I eating the healthy? Ooh, did my phone just, am I?
There you go. You good. You good.
Okay. Am I eating the healthy protein? So am I getting in my, you know, my chicken and my turkey and my, you know, different things like that? Am I eating the right complex carbs? So, you know, am I eating brown rice, jasmine rice, red potatoes, sweet potatoes? And then am I getting in healthy fats? So am I eating avocados, you know, peanuts, different things like that, right? So the foods that aren't good for you are actually what reduces your energy. So if you're eating a whole lot of potato chips, if you're eating a whole lot of fried foods, that stuff, you know how we joke and say that it's giving you the itis? What it's doing is it's taking away your energy. It's making you feel very sluggish. It doesn't make you feel very good. So that's why you don't have the energy, right? So you don't necessarily need that caffeine, right? You just need to be eating things that's going to properly energize your body the way it should.
Okay. Yeah, somebody else telling themselves, I eat maybe once a day, whenever, like usually around 3 o'clock. And that's only because I can't, I'm so hungry by that point.
So wait, the first meal you have, okay, I'm so sorry. I'm cracking that up as somebody that put in the chat, I'm about to eat every hour for an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was funny.
I like that.
Don't do that. Now, don't eat every hour in an hour. I said eat 5 or 6 times a day. So just set your alarm for every 3 hours, and that's the start. So are you saying that your first meal doesn't happen until 3 o'clock? No,
Typically,
that's not good.
I know, like 2 or 3 o'clock, and that's because I'm hungry by that point. But before that, I'm not hungry.
Yeah, no, we can't do that. And the reason why you're not hungry is because your metabolism has slowed down, and it doesn't even, your stomach doesn't even start to, look forward to the idea of eating, because you usually don't feed it until 3 o'clock. Right. But, and again, that goes back to your body isn't using what you're consuming as energy. It's storing it as fat, because again, your body has learned your habit. We're creatures of habit. So your body has learned, okay, she usually doesn't feed me until 3 p.m. So, that's just what it is. But I guarantee you, if you try to get into the habit of your first meal being at 8 a.m., your stomach will start to growl at 6:30 in the morning. Like, you will start to get hungry because your metabolism is speeding up. It's learning to build that trust with you. And it's like, okay, I know that it's time for me to eat. Like, at this point, I don't even have to set the alarms anymore, because literally my stomach tells me, okay, it's 8 o'clock. It's time for you to eat, Samaya. Like, okay, all right, now it's 11 o'clock. It's time for you to eat, Samaya. You know what I'm saying? Because I've built that pattern with my body. So you have to, even though the first couple of weeks might be hard of trying to get into the habit of eating more frequently, but one of the things that really helps speed up the metabolism is getting more active. So working out more. So usually what happens with my clients is, once they start consistently coming to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, they're like, I am hungry all the time. And what's happening is their metabolism is speeding up. They're burning more calories throughout the day. So their body is like, feed me, feed me, feed me. Because it knows that, okay, well, I know I usually work out every day at 4:30. So I know I need to eat 2 to 3 times before this, so that I have the energy to successfully do my workout.
Did I eat today?
It's 7:32. You should.
I swear, I'm not going to tell all my business on here. I probably going to have to come see y'all. So look, y'all, we coming to the end. We got, what I missed?
I got way more questions.
Oh, you got way more questions? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so in the realm of nutrition, right? Where do you start? Because, like some days, and especially when you got such a varying schedule, like some days I won't go to bed till 2, so I won't be eating till like 12, but I haven't eaten since like 3 o'clock p.m. So like, how do you find that balance in making like your nutrition work around your schedule?
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let me tell y'all what is a myth. You know how people say, okay, if you eat after 8 p.m., 8 or 9 p.m., you'll gain weight. That's a myth. Your body will do the same things no matter what time you eat. And that's why I saw somebody put in the chat, they asked about intermittent fasting. What I always say, do not start intermittent fasting if you are not already getting in your daily calories. If you're not eating enough already, do not start intermittent fasting, because that's just going to shorten your window to eat what you need to be eating, right? So let's say you usually operate around between the times of 12 p.m. and 12 a.m. and you're usually asleep at other points of the day. That's fine. Still make sure you're getting all your calories in. That goes back to setting those alarms to make sure that you're eating. Think about the times where you usually have some time to eat, and take advantage of those times to eat, right? Because we can't just say like, oh, my schedule is super busy and I just don't have time to eat. Because that just goes back to your body can't trust you. You're not going to see the results you need to see if your body can't trust you. You have to, because all of us are busy. You got to think all of us are busy, right? So that's where meal prepping comes into play. I always tell my clients, if you're too busy to cook throughout the day, then meal prep your food. Find a day where you're, the most free. I usually meal prep on Sundays or Mondays, because those are the days where I usually have the most time to kind of plan my meals for the week. So whatever day you have open to where you can cook your food for the week, do that. That way, instead of having to take 20 to 30 minutes to cook a meal, you already have all your food cooked. All you got to do is go in the refrigerator, get your meal prep out, pop it in the microwave. That's 1 minute to warm up and 5 to 7 minutes to eat. Then that takes out all of the, chaos of trying to figure out when am I going to eat throughout the day. Your meals are already made. You should be drinking mostly water anyway. So you ain't got to figure out what I'm going to drink. There's water everywhere, right? So now if my meals are prepped and I have my water, then I shouldn't be as much of a hassle for me to figure out when I'm going to eat throughout the day.
Right. Okay. Do you like to meal prep? Somebody asks, is a protein bar cool if they can't get a meal in?
Yeah, protein bars are fine. Protein shakes are better. I usually don't suggest. What's the general age range? Well, how old is positive? Like, are we
You
mostly
have
teens?
you have his age. Isaiah's 18. You
Okay.
have about 18 to 30.
Okay. So, nobody's under 18, right?
Oh well,
It might be
somewhere around there.
yeah.
17. They not little babies though.
Okay, so with that being said, usually I don't suggest people start taking protein shakes until they're 18. So if everybody's mostly 18, then that's perfectly fine. Usually before 18, you still have some growing to do, and I usually suggest that you mostly eat your food. But if you really struggle to get your food in, then either a whey protein isolate or a vegan protein, whichever works better for your system. You can find those at Vitamin Shop. You can get them on Amazon. Any of those are really good in terms of making sure that you're getting in enough protein throughout the day, because that's another thing that's going to really help with your energy. Protein is really a building block for the body. So making sure you're getting enough protein in is really going to be good. So if you get a whey protein isolate or a vegan protein, put some oats in a blender with some protein, get some almond milk, and put like some spinach, some berries, stuff like that in. Then you have a well-balanced meal, right? And it can be a meal replacement. So if you're struggling to get your food in because you can't eat that many times throughout the day, start doing a couple meal replacements to really make sure that you're still hitting your calories. And again, protein bars aren't bad. It just depends on what kind of protein bars you're doing, because a lot of protein bars have a lot of extra additives and stuff in it, and it's not the best for you.
Right.
But I mean, it's still helping you meet your nutritional goal. So I mean, it just depends on what kind of protein bar you're looking into, how clean they are, different things like that. But nothing is better than, making your food yourself. And that even goes in terms of your protein shakes. Like if you already know what's going to go in your protein shake. You got your protein, which is whey protein isolate. It's like the purest form of protein. So you got your protein, you got your spinach, that's your vegetables, you got your berries or whatever fruit you want to put in your shake. So that's helping you get some complex carbs. You got your oats, that's helping you get some complex carbs. So now you have a well-balanced meal, right? So that's going to be better or more ideal than you getting a protein bar that can have a whole bunch of other stuff in it that your body doesn't necessarily need.
Okay. Yeah. You had another question?
I got 1,000,001 questions, so I'm gonna just contact you after.
That's fine. Yeah, anybody can message me. You can contact me on either the Herflex Fitness Instagram or my Muscles by Maya Instagram. Either one of those. You can contact me if you have any kind of questions. People ask me questions all the time. Now, I can't guarantee I'm going to respond right away, but I will get to your questions as soon as I can. All right. One person asked, what is the average caloric intake for a person that weighs 180 pounds? So this is actually a good question because it varies. So like if you're 180 pounds and 5'2", or if you're 180 pounds and 5'9", your caloric intake is going to differ, right? So what really helps is learning your macronutrients. So I usually tell people, if you want to go to Transparent Labs, that's a really good one. If you go on Google and type in macronutrient calculator. So your macros are really how many grams of carbs, proteins, and fats your body needs a day to reach your body goals. So, and what's dependent on your macros is your height, your age, your weight, and your activity level. So your activity level is based on how many days a week you work out, how long you work out, and what your activity level is outside of the gym. So what kind of job you have. Do you have a very stationary job where you sit in front of a laptop every day? Or do you have a very active job where you're on your feet most of the day? All of these things play a role in what your macronutrients would be. So, when they tell you, when you see on the back of stuff that most people need to have 2,000 calories a day, that's a lie. Right. So it's also based off of what your goals are. If you're trying to grow or gain weight, of course, you can have more calories than somebody that's trying to lose weight. So all of it is very dependent or personalized towards you and your body. So if anybody is really wondering how many calories they should be consuming a day, definitely go on Google, know your weight, and it's best to weigh yourself early in the morning before you eat anything. So that gives you the most accurate of what your depiction of what your weight is. And go on Google and type in macronutrient calculator. The one that I think is the most accurate is Transparent Labs. And then it allows you to put in all of that information for you to figure out exactly what your daily macros should be.
Okay. So he writing all that stuff down.
That's fine.
But we have this is what we call interviews with positive role models, and you were identified by our brand ambassador Renaya, and what she articulated is that you is somebody that younger generations can look up to. She described you as somebody that's inspirational, and a place that she really enjoyed coming to work on not only herself fitness wise, like you talked about, but her mental health and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so that's the role of these particular interviews, is just to introduce young people to other folks who can kind of lead them by example. And you have been identified as a person that does that. And we're so grateful that you,
for sure,
thank you,
agreed to join us.
Yeah.
Where's the gym? Where can they find you at?
Oh, so the gym, I am located in Capitol Heights, Maryland. So it's 547 Ritchie Road. If any ladies are interested in trying out the gym, I do offer a free intro session every Sunday at 11 a.m. So really the intro session is just, it allows everybody who wants to try the gym, if it's their first time, to come try the gym, get a feel for how our group classes are. And then after that, we kind of have like a 10-minute debrief at the end to where we can kind of talk about what the schedule is, how to book your classes based off of what your body goals and the different classes that we offer, packages that I offer, different things like that. And I'm really glad that Renaya said that, because I do we like to say that the gym focuses on holistic health. So really it's not just about reaching your physical goals. One of the reasons why I even wanted to open the gym is because, so often women are taught to be selfless. Like, we always have to focus on others. We always have to be the nurturers, love on others. So I really wanted to create a safe space where women could even just give themselves an hour to love on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we don't get that hour. We don't get that time to love on ourselves. I have so many women in the gym that are mothers, that are wives, that, work all the time. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really get that self-care. So really the reason why I wanted to open the gym is just to create an environment where, women could bond with one another, love on themselves, give themselves a minute to, work on their mental health, build that self-confidence, work towards their body goals. So it's so much more than just a gym. Like, we focus on holistic health, where you can work on yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all that. We got so many entrepreneurs in there where their businesses are growing because they're coming in contact with so many different women, and they're, it's giving them an opportunity to reach out and service other women. So it's so much more than just a gym. Most women will tell you they love it there. We play all day, we joke all day. Renaya is always late, so we're trying to work on Renaya's timeliness, because she is never on time. Never on time. But we work on all those things. So if anybody is interested, feel free to DM her Flex Fitness or DM me, Muscles by Maya, and I can get you set up with your intro session so that you can try it out, because I think you would love it.
I'm coming to get the Tiana Taylor. Are there any COVID restrictions?
Huh?
Are there any COVID restrictions right now?
Oh, yes, for sure. First of all, masks are required. That you cannot work out without your mask on. We usually keep the gate, I have a gate. We usually keep it cracked for natural airflow. I don't operate at full capacity. You will only see about 13 people booked per class, where usually I can operate at about 30 to 35 people per class, to keep people spaced out so that you can, keep that 6-foot distance. We have cleaning supplies distributed all over the place, so nobody really touches a weight after somebody else without it being cleaned. Different things. We have tons of different COVID restrictions. You have to have your temperature checked before you even come in. You have to get hand sanitizer before you touch anything. All of those things are in place. So we definitely have COVID restrictions. So you can come in, you can feel safe, you can work out, you can work on your goals, all that good stuff.
All right, y'all. When y'all see me with the Tiana Taylor,
yes, and we are going to talk about how no more soda, you eating at 8 a.m., all that good stuff.
We're going to try. Look, man, we appreciate you, Samaya. Yeah. Thank you again. Thank y'all for joining us. Next week, we got another special woman for Women's History Month. We're so happy.
Great.
Thank you again.
No problem. If y'all have any other questions, feel free to DM me.
All right. Real quick.
Okay. Real quick.
Go ahead.
This the last one.
Okay.
If you have to eat out, where do you recommend eating out from?
Meza is always a good place to eat. Meza is good if you don't get a whole bunch of cheese and stuff in it. Meza is pretty healthy. It gives you a pretty well-balanced meal. Chipotle is good too if you don't do a lot of cheese and sour cream. If we're talking about quick places to eat, that's usually what I suggest. Is Meza is always the first one I suggest.
Okay.
Meza or Kava, and then Chipotle. Those are quick ones where if you just cut out like the cheese, those basic things like cheese and stuff like that, it's a pretty well balanced meal that you can eat. Those are quick grab and goes.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're not eating Chipotle tonight. You eat. All right. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Thank
y'all.
you
Have
so
a good
much.
one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.